Cher, your mom is still with us.
Yes.
Now it's not funny, but I do think a brilliant bit of advice that you should share is her 5-year rule.
If it doesn't matter in 5 years, it doesn't matter.
Isn't that a good thing to... If something bad happens, you kind of think, will I care about this in 5 years?
And so it always helps me. It always comes in handy.
No, I read that, and I just thought that
Brilliant.
is actually a genius bit of advice. Really, really good. And I wonder, did she come up with that thinking when you were a teenager? Because you were quite a wild child, I would say.
All right. I was wilder when I was 9 years old than I ever was as a teenager.
Okay.
I ran away from home, I stole a horse, I jumped on a freighter, and kept going until my girlfriend started crying for her mother.
Oh, how did you get back?
I called my mother.
Amelia, obviously your mother loves you because you're her daughter, but she is actually a sort of a fan as well.
No, it's not quite that. It's, no, she is. Oh, goodness, right. Yeah. So, one day my mum came to set on the Star Wars set, and I was getting this thing called cyberscanned, which is where you stand in this kind of loads of cameras and they kind of take your form and put you into a computer and make a toy or some sort of merchandise or your face on a cushion. And so I go off and do this, and I come back, and Mum's like, I've made a great friend. And I'm like, brilliant, it's lovely, excellent. And she's like, it's the merchandise, you know, director of all of Star Wars or something. And I'm like, wow, that's very impressive. And then, before I know it, what comes in the post is loads of cushions with my face on it. So my own mum she gets to see it a fair amount, you know. But apparently it's not enough. So I was kind of blown away at how much merchandise there is.
Yes,
it's
but
really...
also...
And it's not even... I mean, it's just the beginning. It was like the pre-merchandise. Not even the real stuff is out yet. And my mum has all of it. But doesn't know about the doll yet, so we'll
also, this is so weird. I don't know, is this in your flat or her house,
oh, God,
this
no.
room?
Right, OK, so basically, she thought it'd be really funny if I came home and it was everywhere in my room.
OK, so this is Amelia's actual bedroom.
Well, let me just clarify. It's like a joke, and then, oh my goodness, and we found the photo, but it's not like that now.
And so, Emily, your kids, how are they with it?
Well, I think, I mean, my youngest, my 2-year-old, has a sort of attention span of a fly, so she watches the trailer, but Hazel, who's almost 5, has seen it and just absolutely loved it and sort of wants to talk about it all the time now, and... Yeah, it's just really weird.
If you're
it's
5,
really
your mother's Mary Poppins.
No, but I don't think I think she just thinks it's normal. She's like, well, this is what Sonny's mummy does, and this is what my mummy does. You know, it's just sort of like quite conversational for her.
Is it going to help or hinder discipline at home?
Oh, hinder?
Really?
Yeah, I think so. Because she already knows I can't fly. She's like, well, she's fake. but she did ask me to do the voice the other day, just out of nowhere, because she was quite sort of impassive watching the film, just sort of didn't reveal much of what she felt. And then the other day she goes, she's American, of course, sounds American, but she goes, do your Mary Poppins voice. And I go, spit spot, and off we go. And she goes, oh. And it was just so sweet. And they quite like impersonating me in the bathtub, where I say to the dolphin, no, not yet. And now the two of them go, no, not yet. Like,
your film has been lovely to fans. You're very nice. You go see it.
I try to be.
Yeah, no, you're very good.
Yeah, I try
and
to
David,
be.
you're a big fan, but someone else in your family is also a very big fan.
Yes, my mum's a big fan. And we were in a restaurant at the River Cafe probably about 7 years ago. And my mum had drunk a bit too much, and she suddenly felt a bit ill. And I led her outside to the tables, and you were sat at one of the tables. Ooh. And she stopped dead, and I had to sort of drag her like you would a donkey on a beach away from you. You were so excited to see you.
Well, how ill was she? Otherwise, she could have stopped by.
She may have thrown up over you.
Well, that would
she's here
in the audience
tonight.
Yeah, and let me see if I can figure out who she is.
I can see her already. She's blushing. She's smiling. Look at her. Look at her.
Oh, my...
Look at her. She's gearing to go.
Come here, love. Come here, darling. I see you. There's some loving now. you some sugar.
it's right to the heart.
There you are. There you are. Have you been drinking? You haven't been drinking, anything. You're totally sober. Have you been smoking? No, you haven't been smoking. All right. He's a good mom, isn't he? Look at your boy. Are you not proud of your lad down there?
I'm very proud.
42 million books have been sold. One of these days, he just might win an Oscar. Very lovely, very lovely.
Better like that. Thank you so much. That's so kind of you.
She's a good mom. You got a very good mom.
Very good.
He says that. No respect for your mother. Was he a good boy? No, come on. Off the record, was he a good boy?
Sometimes.
He's showing off now because you've met Tom Hanks.
What's the thing about your daughter wanting to make you cry?
Oh, we were talking about what I do for a living, and I was explaining how I try to make I just make believe, like she does when she plays, and she's like, can you make yourself laugh? And I said, yeah. She goes, can you make yourself cry? And I said, yeah. And she goes, do it. Honestly, you got to give me a story. So we made up a story, and I've done it before for people about sriracha. I don't want to go back into this, Graham, okay?
No.
No, okay.
What is
Because the
sriracha?
sriracha plant is, they're shutting it down because the fumes kind of go into the community. And, yeah. But I've done this. This is redundant now. It's really weird.
That was awesome.
Everyone's
I was believing what you were talking
completely
about.
weirded out. They're like,
Wow,
I don't
it's
trust
amazing.
her at all.
Yeah. But you got painted or something like that. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's, it's
so
almost
she
kind of
made
creepy.
me. It is,
It's
right?
amazing.
You should be an actress.
I know.
Yeah, it's really good. Everyone on the couch, when you've been to award shows, the Oscars, the Golden Globes, you've all taken your parents, which is, I mean, that seems, you know, to have four of you all do the same thing.
Touching.
It's lovely. Now, Ryan, your mom, I mean, I'm sure she likes meeting the celebrities, but isn't it the gift room is really her thing she enjoys?
I don't want to out my mom like this. I will tell a funny story about that picture, though, which is that my mom was convinced that year by her friend that beehives were going to be all the rage. And if you didn't have a beehive, you'd feel embarrassed. And it turned out to be the opposite. It was a natural hair vibe that and my mom sat in front of Rachel Weisz, and her hair was so high that Rachel had to keep... And my mom kept sinking in her chair, and I didn't know what to do because I was, you know, I wanted to have a nice night, so I didn't know Meryl Streep, but she was sitting next to me, and I said in a commercial break, would you mind just telling my mom you like her hair, you know? Aww. And she was like, I got this. And then the commercial went, she goes, do you know, I wish I was going to do a beehive, and I wish I had. My mom was like, raising the roof all night.
Does she already know that story, your mom?
My mom?
Yeah.
Oh.
And now you really
Yikes! She'll never see this.
watch the show.
She'll never see this. Yeah. Because, Emma, your mother, does she pretend to not know the famous people, or does she just get a bit overexcited and forget who they are?
Well, I mean, the first time I went to the Golden Globes, just let's bring that back around. That was this year. We were sitting next to. Now it's not as fun to talk about, but we were sitting next to Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt, and she was just asking multiple questions like if they had kids, maybe, do you, what's it like? I mean, I had no idea the whole time. She knew everything.
Yeah, clearly.
You two work in the movie business?
So are you like a producer or something in Hollywood?
And Sienna, now, you took your dad the year of American Sniper.
Yes.
Now, here's the thing, because I think it is a lovely thing to take your parent to the Oscars. But once the ceremony's over, don't you just want to ditch them? Like, do you just go to the publicist kind of going, and I've got an old person here to play them, because I'm going to a party.
No, he came along till 5 in the a.m.
Really?
Dancing at Guy O'Siri's house next to John Travolta. He was like doing a full thing. Wow, there he is. No, he was great and emotional and sort of just wept throughout the whole thing. Aww. Yeah, sweet.
My mom danced with Prince.
Really?
Yeah.
You just totally taught me.
No, but
that was dad talk show etiquette.
No, I like it. Can we go one better? Can we go one better? We've got a mother with Prince. A mother with Prince.
Let's zoom in on Ryan. And
obviously, you and Matt both took your moms.
Right, we did take our moms, which only fueled rumors of our sexuality at the time. You can see why, by that photograph. But we did take our moms, who look great in that picture. And my mom, they do a weird thing where, like, at the Oscars, they put, because they have to rehearse where the shots are going to be and so on. It's a television business thing. Don't worry about it. But they put big name placards of where, so it'll say, instead of Jack, it just says Jack Nicholson, you know, and they'll say, like, Ryan Gosling or whatever. And my mom was obsessed by that and went around taking pictures of all the... I was like, you know, that's not the real Jack. She enjoyed her time.